Everybody knows Christmas is coming. Thank one and all. Time to hang your stockings, baby, and have yourself a ball. People all over this big world, they're getting ready to play. Kissing under the mistletoe and rocking the night away. So let's dance, baby. Let's swing the night away. Baby, hold me close, 'cause in our hearts, Christmas is here to stay. Snowflakes falling gentle and bright. Candles glow in the winter night. Families' laughter fills the air. The warm love is everywhere. It's the time of the year we love. Thank the stars and the moon above. Hug your kids, tell your friends. Christmas time is here again. It's here again. Go tell your friends. Christmas time is here again. Snowflakes falling gentle and bright.
Bookstore. We're being quiet because obviously we're in a bookstore, but I love this one and it's so pretty. I found so many good books so far. I also really wanted to read this one, the Kamigawa Food Detectives. It sounded really good and it's like a really short story. But yeah, I found quite a few like historically accurate but like fictional books. So I might pick up some of those. I'm about to head into the young adult section as well, and it's so good in there. But yeah, so many books. I want so many. I don't know which ones I'm gonna get yet, but I will update you in tomorrow's video on which books I actually picked up.
I ran you over. Sorry. It's all right.
Okay, hi everyone, we are back home now. I just wanted to film a non-spoiler review on what we just watched, which was Wicked Part 1. So if you didn't know, Wicked is a 2-part movie. It's a musical, obviously. But if you were like me and you didn't know much about Wicked, I would say you can still absolutely go see this. You don't really need to know that much about The Wizard of Oz. I would say going in with like little to no knowledge is probably fine. It kind of explains enough about it to you. You would just have, I'd say, like added knowledge and added enjoyment if you did know a little bit about it. However, I loved this film from start to finish. Like genuinely from the moment the credits rolled until the moment the credits rolled again and we saw the whole thing. It was like 2 hours 40, I think, start to finish. And I just had a smile on my face, like uncontrollable smile. Apart from when I was crying, I was uncontrollably smiling for like 2.5 hours. And it was just so joyful. And I don't mean that to say like the movie is just about being joyful. The movie kind of like has some hard-hitting themes and like it's definitely emotive. I cried multiple times. So not to say that it's like a joyful film through and through, but I just got such deep enjoyment and satisfaction from this whole production. And I honestly loved it. It was so good. It was perfect for what I wanted it to be. The sets were amazing. Ari and Cynthia were amazing. The side support acting, all of the dancers, all of like the extra characters we got to know, all amazing. The musical numbers, insane. And I don't know Wicked. I don't know any of the songs except obviously the 2 popular ones, Popular and Defying Gravity. Both of them gave me goosebumps in the cinema. I didn't know the music to be able to sing along, so I know like a bunch of theatre kids who are just like me in their hearts would be wanting to know the songs to be able to sing along. And I'm sure the people that did know the songs and are proper theatre kids, I'm sure they had a very hard time not singing in the cinema. But it was insane to see those productions and those musical numbers performed live, because I know they shot the actual audio live as they were filming, which is crazy in itself. So to see them as fully live productions, as if you were actually watching it on Broadway or the West End or wherever, but on screen, like in cinema, it blew my mind. There was just so much that honestly gives me chills to think about the set designs and like how big to scale all of these things needed to be, how amazing the costumes were, how amazing the lighting was, how amazing the sound was on all of it. Like it just all came together so cohesively and so brilliantly that I was truly blown away watching this. And I have a very strong feeling that this is going to sweep up in all of the award ceremonies. Like this is going to clean house, essentially. It is one of the, if not the best film I've seen this year. And yeah, I'm just stunned, honestly, thinking about how much I actually want to go back and see it again. And I honestly I might make it a point to go back next week and see this again, because I know we're definitely going to the cinema next week, so I might make it a back-to-back showing and go see it twice, because it was just so good. And I feel like now that I've seen it once, the second time will only get better, because I will recognise more of the numbers. I will be able to pick up on things that I didn't pick up on the first time, just like actually like taking it all in. You know, the second time round you watch something, you get to pick up on the little signals and like bits of things that are nodded to, but you don't necessarily know what that means the first time you watch it. I feel like a really good film for that otherwise is what was the film we watched when we were like, oh my god, you have to see that second time? It's escaped out of my brain. Was it Conclave? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you get what I mean. Like the second time around is only going to be better. And yeah, I'm just gushing. Like I keep saying and because there's just so many more things I want to say, but I'm really struggling to articulate it right now because it was just so good and it was so fun and it was so brilliantly put together. The story flowed so well, and obviously it's meant to be like that because it is a musical. Musicals are meant to flow. You're meant to flow from number to number, scene to scene. But it really did just flow so well. It didn't feel like I was sat there for 2.5 hours, where some films you can really feel it dragging and think like, oh, okay, maybe this could have been shorter. This definitely was a great length for this. I didn't feel every moment of being sat there watching. There were some things that took me out, but that's because I was getting in my own head, thinking about how it related to like The Wizard of Oz and like what could happen next. So I was in my head thinking rather than watching, but that's more of a me problem than a cinema problem or like the actual film's problem. That's just my inquisitive brain like ticking on thinking, okay, but how does this connect to this? How does this connect to this? And I just didn't need to be doing that. I was distracting myself, if you see what I mean. It is a film that has really drawn out my love for theatre, my love for musicals, my love for singing, dancing, all of it, because it was such a big part of my childhood, like performing on stage, choirs, dance numbers, like musical theatre. That was all such a strong and solidified part of my childhood, and I haven't done it since. Like since performing at school, I haven't done it since. So it's really like reignited that spark and that love I have for performance and like arts essentially. So that's really cool, and it's really sparked some ideas for me for how I can incorporate some of this more into my day-to-day life because of how much I loved watching Wicked in the cinema. I'm like, okay, why have I not been going to Broadway shows or like West End shows in London? Why have I not been trying to go to the theatres near me? Bristol's not that far, like Bath's not that far. I'm sure there's theatres in Birmingham. Why have I not been going to see this more? Because like I love watching ballet. I love watching theatre performances. I love plays. I love them all. So why have I not been doing them all? So that is definitely something I'm going to think about incorporating more into my weekly and monthly life and seeking stuff like that out, seeking out music and not just huge artists, because I do make it a point to try and go to at least one concert every year. This year, my main one was Taylor and I saw her twice and it was incredible. But most quarters, at least, I try and see one concert. So I tried to get tickets to go see Sam Fender and it fell through. I didn't end up getting tickets, but that was going to be this kind of quarter's concert. So I need to try and find a concert to go to in the next month and a bit. But yeah, it's just really sparked that enjoyment and like that need need for creativity and inspiration through performance arts back in my life. So that is honestly really, really positive. And I think a lot of previous theatre kids and kids who enjoyed performance arts at school are going to feel that spark ignited again from watching this, which is so exciting because the arts, creative, whatever, it's just really enriching for your life. And yeah, I'm excited to like think about incorporating all of that again. So I think Wicked was honestly incredible. It's really, I think, delivered on all levels that I hoped it would. And I beg you to go buy a ticket in the cinema and see it whilst it's in cinema, because it's going to be such a different experience seeing it in cinema than seeing it just like on Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever. I think the experience you'll get in the cinema is a completely different but probably better version of Wicked, because you've got the surround sound, you've got the immersive, like you're not touching your phone, you're not scrolling, like you are actually in the cinema to watch this. And second to that, I'd probably say try and buy a ticket to go see it live, because why not? I'm going to stop rambling now. I think I've expressed my love and my joy for this movie enough. I cannot wait for part 2. That's a bit criminal, that honestly that we're going to have to wait probably at least another year, if not 2, to get the next part. So I'm going to have to just yearn for that now for the next God knows how long. But this is your PSA. If you haven't already, go see Wicked. Let's switch gears a little bit, because I want to just quickly go through my parcel with you. I ordered some stuff from Shein. Most of it is for book journaling, because I have a big Vlogmas book journaling video coming. If you haven't already seen it, you'll be seeing it very shortly in the next few days, hopefully. And these are some of the supplies for that video. So I thought we could open it together. And obviously, when I do my book journaling video, we'll probably recap what I got, but I will actually be using it with you. So let's switch over to that. The first thing we have is just a black skirt. So it's literally just a regular schmegular black skirt. And then the other piece of clothing we ordered was a track set, essentially. Well, a track set, a lounge set, whatever you'd like to call it. Just a red lounge set, which I thought would be so cute for like Christmas time, and just like hanging around the house. I got a set in brown from this same place from Shein, and I really, really like it. So now that I have a red set and I have a brown set, I can leave one at Sam's house and I can leave one here. So I don't have to keep transporting the same kind of clothing between houses. I thought that was really cute. I do like it. So hopefully when I try it on, it fits well and I like the colour on me. I'm really into this kind of red right now. Like this kind of, it looks much like redder on camera, but it's a bit darker, like in tone when you see it in person. So I really like that colour red right now. Let's move on to book journal supplies. So I ordered mostly things that you can like decorate with, so it's more aesthetic essentially. So one of the first things I got was these kind of, can you see them? Hold on. Is that better? Can you see that now? So yeah, just some like flowers that are like sticky backed, I think, potentially. And if they're not, then I can just use my clear tape and tape them down. But I thought they were stickers. It's no worry if they're not. I can literally just tape them down. Next up, we have some stamps. And these are all just kind of like false stamps to places. Like this one's meant to imitate, I think, Cambodia. But it doesn't actually say Cambodia. It's like Cambodigi. This one is like maybe in Russian or something. And yeah, they don't make much sense, at least to me, unless they are actually a different language and I just simply don't understand them. But I will show you these as well. They're just like these kind of stamps. So I thought those were cute to just like stick down on the edges and scatter throughout. Then next I got these washi tapes, which are, hopefully if you focus, perfect. Yes, so these washi tapes are just a collection, I think, of 15, and they're just kind of like different tones and shades of washi tape. So I thought those would be quite good, again, to decorate, to stick things down, to like make borders pretty. And this one was a big pack, but I think it was only like £5 of like an assortment of like background kind of stickers and pieces of paper, pieces of card. I don't know if you can see that, if it's not focusing on my face. This is so hard to try and show you and talk at the same time. But yeah, they're just assortments of card and things like that. So I thought, again, if I just have like an arts and crafts box for all of these things, they'll look pretty cute. This one is the same kind of thing as before. It's just images of flowers and foliage, and it is see-through essentially. So if they are not stickers and I cannot stick them down, that is okay. And this final one is a like collection book of like a little collection book of images. So I thought that was also really cute to just have a bunch of different kinds of like quite neutral but blue random images. And they were all like really sweet, and I loved kind of, yeah, the vibe of them. So I got that as well. And that is the collection of book journal stuff that I picked up. At this rate, I'm probably going to need more tape, but that is okay. We will just order more if needed and when needed. But now that I've got my washi tapes, I can stick stuff down in the edges, not just like at the back of things to hold them down. But I'm really excited to fully get into book journaling throughout 2025. So if you want to see how I get on with my journal, make sure you subscribe to my channel and pop back and check in on my videos, and hopefully I will have a lot more updates for you, especially in book vlogs and things like that, like my cozy book days, bookish vlogs, all those kind of good things. And I'll have updates for you on my week to week, month to month updates in my book journal, or like my creative journal is what I'm calling it, because it's going to have stuff from my travels in. So the other day, I think it was in my vlog, maybe the day where I went to like the cinema to watch Gladiator and stuff. If you watch that vlog, I think it's in there. Like my travel stuff put in, and I've got book stuff to put in there and update month to month. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of things going on with the visual journal, the creative visual journal, shall we call it, for the end of 2024 and the start of 2025. So yeah, that is the end of my haul of my little book journal stuff. And that is probably going to be where I end this video, because it's probably already quite long. Thank you so much for coming book shopping with me today, coming to the cinema with me today, and talking about Wicked, and coming through my book journal haul with me. I will see you in tomorrow's video of Vlogmas, which I'm pretty sure is the book haul. You will see me pretty much in the same space talking about the books I picked up, because I didn't actually talk about it in this video. So I will see you for tomorrow's video. Definitely like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment if you're excited for the book video to come out. And I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas, I think. Day 5, day 6, day 7, I don't know. We'll see. But see you tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. Have a very lovely day. Bye guys.